And we're rolling. What's up, guys? Making another video. This time we're making sort of an informational video. The last video that I made, I basically introduced you guys to the truck, showed you the condition of the exterior, the interior, pointed out some things that I did like about the truck, others that I didn't. If you guys saw my first video, my truck did not come equipped with a tachometer. Now every single stick shift car that I've owned in the past came equipped with that, so it's just something psychological that I have to know what speed, you know, my engine is running at. The reason I'm making this video is because that bothered me to the point that I actually went to the junkyard and found a truck that had one, a similar year. The truck that I found was an '89 F350 dually, and it came equipped with a 460 as well. What I'm hoping will happen is that, like the newer OBS style trucks, like from 92 and up all the way to 97, if your truck did not come equipped with a tachometer, my understanding is that you just go to the junkyard, find one that had it, and just basically it's a direct plug and play. Like the harness and all that stuff doesn't change. So that is the best case scenario here. I will replace the original one that's in there with one that I got from the junkyard, and my hope is that it will work. If it does, great news for all of us, right? If it doesn't, then I'm gonna save you guys a trip to the junkyard, so bear with me. All right, let me show you guys the goods. As you guys could see right here, this is my original gauge cluster. Right here on the left side, we have the voltmeter. On top, on the bottom, there is the temperature reading. The middle is the speedometer gauge with the odometer, and on the right side, there is the oil pressure gauge and the fuel level gauge. As you can see, there is no tachometer on that one. The one that I found at the junkyard, as you guys could see, is this bad boy right here. This is the one that I actually pulled off of that dually F350. As you guys can see, everything moved to the left side here. We have smaller gauges for the voltmeter, the temperature gauge, the fuel level gauge, and the oil pressure gauge. The middle is the same basic thing. It's just the speedometer and the odometer. Actually, this one comes with a trip odometer, which my original one doesn't have, and that'll be the reason why I'm gonna stick with this one. And most importantly, right here on the right side, there's that beautiful tachometer that I was missing. I'm pretty sure the back of this will be different than the original one, because you know how the gauges moved around. I am just hoping that the pinout didn't change and that all the plugs are basically the same. So we are going to go ahead and remove this bad boy here, and once it's almost out, I will cut you guys back on. A little update. So in the process of removing these covers here, I had to remove these little knobs, and they gave me a bit of trouble until I figured it out. Turns out these knobs have a little slot. I don't know if you guys could, let me see if I can focus camera. So somewhere on the edge you will find this little hole right there. So what is actually holding these in is this little clip here that you see inside. So the right way of doing this is you're gonna need a little pick, or maybe a flathead screwdriver, a really small one, and this is gonna be like inserted like that. So what you're gonna want to do is come in with the pick into the little slot, and then with the pick you're gonna want to push that little metal inside. So you want to push this in like that, and that'll release these knobs here. There's two of them. One was for the windshield wipers, and then the other one for the headlights. So now I am at the point where I have removed all the clips and bolts that hold the trim in place, and we've exposed the original cluster. There's only 4 bolts that hold these in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, down here. So once you remove those, you can start pulling out the cluster. However, you still gotta keep in mind that the speedometer cable and the plugs that actually connect to the back of this are still holding it in place. So be careful as you're pulling it out. You want to pull it out just enough that you'll have access to be able to undo the little clip that holds the speedometer cable and the clips that hold the plugs. It's finally out. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it does fight with you a little bit. There's not a lot of room to pull back on the cluster so that you could push your hands inside here. Luckily my hands are a little bit skinny, so I was able to come back here. What you got to do is like push these in like that, take one out and then the other one, and it just pops up. Same thing with this one, but this one is facing the opposite direction, so you squeeze them and it comes out. This is a speedometer cable. This is what gives people the most trouble. However, it's actually the easiest one to remove out of all 3 of them. If you see, there is a little clip up here. So what you do when this is on, you just push down on this top section here. You push down on that and it just slides out. You will feel when it slides out, and then you just pull it out and it's off. So now that we have it off, I'm gonna see if there's actually any major differences between this one and the one that I got from the other truck as far as the plugs go. Completely different color, so to be honest, I am not sure that it will work, but we're gonna try it. I'm actually just gonna stick it in there and plug it up and hope for the best. Alright guys, it is the moment of truth. I have connected everything but the speedometer cable. And the reason for that is, in case this rig doesn't work, I'm gonna just unplug it and put my old gauge cluster back in its place. We're about to start the truck and see if we have anything going on. Oh, I see some lights coming on. That might be a good sign. Let's see what happens. Whoa, 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 guys. That is great news. Which, look at that. We have tachometer signal. Of course, I still have to hook up the speedometer. My oil pressure gauge appears to be working. My fuel gauge also appears to be working, but I'm gonna check it by switching over to the second tank, which is lower. So when I switch this, it should come down the needle. There you have it. Oh my god, this actually works. Back up to the other tank. I also have battery signal. Temperature seems to be slowly coming up. But this is a wrap, guys. This is actually great news. So it worked. I'm in shock. Here we are, fellas, all done. I put back all the trim already, all the bolts. All my gauges seem to be working at the moment. I have voltage, oil pressure, fuel level and temperature. Also have RPM. There's also a little light that lets me know when my parking brake is engaged. That's cool. My old cluster didn't have that.